Hola a todos, bienvenidos a mi canal, soy Mincheta y aquí seguimos con el tercer capítulo, si no recuerdo mal, de The Wolf Among Us, el episodio 4. Y recuperamos en el anterior el trozo de espejo que nos hacía falta para poder ver dónde estaba el hombre torcido, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. Así que vamos a volver al juego y ya estamos aquí.
Crane was helping himself to the community coffers. It means his hand was in my pocket, and you just let him go!
I don't know what you heard, but it didn't happen like that.
Are you denying the facts?
She's denying me the chance to get a word in. Now, Miss White...
Sheriff Bigby has returned.
Ah, there's the old wrecking bowl himself.
Bigby, where have you been?
I'm not finished here, Miss White.
You will have to wait. Just one moment, please.
Look what I found.
Seems your dog wants a biscuit.
I'm not in the mood. And you've got a lot to answer for.
Oh, really?
Sí,
Get this piece in the mirror right away.
With pleasure, Miss White.
Y que no se te caiga.
Things
Mono.
are swinging back in the right direction. Good work, Bigby. You've been gone all day. What did you uncover? I thought you were going to report back to me. I mean, it's fine. So what else did you find out?
I had to get real persuasive with the Jersey Devil down at the Lucky Pawn, but he told me that the Crooked Man's door, to wherever it is he hangs his hat, it moves. It's some kind of magic door.
Do you think the mirror will be able to find the door once it's fixed?
Sí.
That's how Crane did it. And that's how we're gonna do it.
Excellent work. Really.
Sheriff, I could use your assistance. Would you join me at the mirror?
¿Qué pasa?
Don't go far, Sheriff. I'd like to have a few words of my own with you.
Unbelievable.
Why'd you put the hurt on Flycatcher? Were you hiding something down at the Tweedles? Or was it just for fun?
He worked for them, didn't he? I couldn't be sure that he wasn't involved, and I didn't want him interfering. I was simply endeavoring to make the search a speedy one. Surely you, of all people, can't fault me for getting overzealous in the process.
Tú te estás entusiasmando demasiado en todo.
I have more important things to deal with right now, but you can be sure that we're gonna have a long fucking talk about this when I'm done.
I do so enjoy our talks. I'll wait with bated breath.
I don't understand. This piece just doesn't want to join the rest. Do you have any idea why?
Got me.
Not necessarily.
Well, where did you find it? What has it gone through since being separated from the rest? Shattering is a very traumatic experience, you know. So this process can be a little touchy. It helps that I have a good working relationship with the mirror.
I found it at the butcher shop, the cut above. It was in Crane's coat.
Please just wait.
There was a lot of weird magic going on there. That has something to do with it. Other than that, last person I saw with Crane or his coat was that psycho Bloody Mary. Maybe she had some...
Ah, yes, Miss White was asking about her. That explains it. You know who and the mirror have a very unhappy history with each other. How would you like it if she tried to use you as a doorway?
I think I already know the feeling.
Well, I think I know how to proceed now. It will just take a little extra coaxing, that's all. Thank you for your help.
Vale,
It could be a while, Sheriff. I'll find you when it's ready.
vale,
Besides which, he might not want to come out with you watching.
vale.
Oh, he doesn't like being spied on.
If you ask me, you're everything that's wrong with Fable.
Bueno, ahora
Is it
vamos con
fixed?
estos dos.
Did you ask about the Crooked Man?
Buffkin's still working on it. He said it might be a while.
If you're so self-reliant, what do you want from the business office so bad?
What I want is my business.
I can't take those two right now. We're trying to catch a murderer, and they're over there bickering about bureaucracy.
Jesús.
We're at war. Don't they realize that?
A ellos les importa una mierda.
Do you need some help over there?
Yeah, thanks.
Ah, ahora
Go talk to
necesitas
Tom.
ayuda,
But
¿no?
just so you know, we can't pay him. He really needs to go to the farm, you know. So just break the news and be done with it, okay?
No budge on that bloody glamour. I only came in to see if...
Menudo marrón me dejas,
So,
muchacha.
come here.
I thought I made myself very clear.
I see how it is. Passed off to an underling, eh? Why am I not surprised? Well, you did cause what damage brings me in here, so maybe it's for the best. Just need a little bit of dosh to cover it. I tried talking to her about it, but it's like chatting up a brick wall, it is. Now, I'm sure you've got your own agenda, Sheriff, but I've taken a real wallet because of you.
I'm starting to think you don't take me seriously, Toad. How many times have I told you to get glamored up? You know that if you're out of glamour, I gotta send you to the farm.
Well, how about your friend the pig, hmm? Is he going to the farm too? Yeah, you thought we didn't know about him, huh? A worst-kept secret in Fabletown. For a friend, the rules will bend.
Colin stays out of sight, for Mondays at least. Can you say the same?
Fine, I get that. But might I propose a very simple solution? If you give me one more chance and hear me out, I'll see a way for me and me boy to stay.
A ver si
I'm
es
not going to
cierto.
ask for any more than I need. I just want to stay. So what do you say you just give me enough to cover me glamours and we'll call the rest a wash?
So what else did you find?
Please, Sheriff, don't take TJ from the only home he knows. This old glamour rule is oppressive. I've done nothing wrong but look different. You know it's not right, burdening the weakest of us like this.
You just
Look,
can't let it
I'll
come
try to get you that money and get you another chance, but you have to understand, that's not entirely up to me.
Oh, thank you, Sheriff. I knew I could count on you to make me whole again. We get this sorted and I'll be glamour to the nines, I will.
Ya, pero no me toques mucho las pelotas o te mando a la puta granja. Y si no lo hice es porque me da pena tu hijo.
Bluebeard, you want to talk? Now's your chance.
I've just made my donation funding this office, so direct your questions to Miss White.
¿Qué?
Well, at least he's not trying to get rid of me.
He's not?
For now. Did you take care of Toad? I mean, I saw the way he left. I know it may not seem that important right now, but glamours are the law for a very good reason.
Look, I'll take care of it later. I told him we'd work it out so he'd get out of our hair. We don't have time to worry about that right now.
Bigby, what did I tell you?
If he's unglamored when this whole thing is over, I'll send him to the farm. No questions asked, okay?
Fine, we'll deal with it later.
Es que me da
I
no
should
sé
be
qué
asking
mandarlo a la
how
granja.
it got like this, but I just keep wondering why it happened. To Faith and Lily. You've seen his world. Do you have any idea why he'd want them dead? I don't know if the Crooked Man killed them with his own hand or if it was one of his goons, but someone did. What would make a person do that?
If there's one thing I figured out, it's that the Crooked Man is all about control. It's what he does with the loans at the pawn shop, the magic he peddles, chains, ribbons. Maybe Faith and Lily weren't doing what they were told. Or maybe they're just trying to leave.
Sheriff, Miss White, I believe the mirror is repaired.
Mierda, que no puse el crono. Hostia puta.
I have to say I have been better. But thanks for putting me back together.
I'm sorry, I have to know. Mirror, mirror, we're glad you weren't slain. Now please show us that sick creep Crane.
He's probably still waking up a little.
Yeah, I want to see where he's ended up, too.
Vale,
You
¿dónde
will
está?
get on that plane to Paris, and you will wait for the day the Crooked Man needs you. Until then, not a peep. Otherwise, I get to deal with you my way. So please, please disobey. Wait a minute. Someone's watching.
What?
What just happened?
We pointed you in the wrong direction and looked at Bloody Mary's reflection.
Oh, her. That explains the sting. I'd rather not have to feel the pain she brings. So, let's not do that again.
Vale.
Okay?
Looks like we'll have to track him down later.
You're right. We need to focus on the immediate threat, and that's the Crooked Man. Bigby, we don't have a lot of time.
Mirror, mirror, no time to pout. So, where does Crooked Man hang out? I don't recognize the door, but That's the Crooked Man symbol on it.
Hold on.
What? ¿Se fue? Ahora está ahí.
The door. It moves.
What'd I tell you?
Wait a minute. I know that door.
That's Central Park. I don't know when it's gonna move again, but I'm gonna get there before it does.
Bigby, wait. When you get the Crooked Man, make sure you bring him back alive.
Ooh.
He has to stand trial.
Sí, sí.
This can't be like it was with Tweedledum. I don't care if it gets out of hand. You don't let it come to that. I know that emotions can run high, and you have your reasons to handle this a certain way.
I can't make that promise. This could turn sour, just depending on how the wind blows. I have to be able to handle it how I see fit.
If people are going to have faith in the Fabletown government again, we need to be fair. Show them that we're doing things the right
Ya,
way.
y si
I
me quiere
have enough
patear
to
el
worry
puto
about here
culo, ¿qué
while I
hago?
prepare the
Tía,
case against
tendré que
him. So
matarlo,
I'm going
¿no?
to trust you to handle this properly. That is, if you think you're ready.
Of course I'm ready. I got no other choice.
Petardo a los cojones, ¿en serio? Me estás cayendo un poco borde ya, Blancanieves. Un poco bastante. Central Park. Calle 94, a la noche. Ahí está. Abre. Entra. What?
Tim, what the hell are you doing here?
Good evening, Sheriff. I'm here to take you to the boss. Thanks, by the way, for leaving off Tiny. I have to admit, when they asked me to watch the door, I wasn't sure what to expect when you came through that portal.
What is this place? Or where is it? I know I'm not in Central Park anymore.
I'm not sure. I've only ever come in through one of the portals. I don't think you can get in from the actual street. But you can't blame him for wanting to make it hard to find.
Wow.
I'm supposed to bring you right on in, so if you'll come this way. Look, this is the one thing I have to do.
Fine, lead on.
El chaval no tiene culpa.
Thanks for understanding. This is all I'm here to do, and I don't want to mess it up. I know I'm probably the last person you'd expect to be a guard, or an escort for that matter.
Tim, how can you be working here? You know who this guy is, don't you?
He's not as bad as you think.
No, que va.
He doesn't treat me like some broken little kid. I think he gets what it's like. He gave me a job, and I'm lucky to have it. This is the only option I've got. Just keep that in mind, maybe? Because if you and the boss go up against each other, the rest of Fabletown is gonna get caught in the middle.
I can find the door myself. You should just get the hell out of here. Things are gonna get ugly in a minute.
Leave? I told you, I have to do this.
Hey, you've been warned. Stick around, and you're a part of this, just like anyone else.
A lot of us depend on him. Some of us never get to the front of the line at the business office. But he's there. We need you, but we need him too. What we don't need is a war. Hey, Sheriff, hold up. I gotta go in with you. Can't you just wait up, Sheriff? Thanks.
Am I some kind of a fucking joke to you? What did I tell you, eh? Stop laughing at me.
Tell me who the fuck is back
I
there.
ain't scared of you.
I don't exactly
look,
know.
I
I
got a
just mind
problem.
the door.
You needn't
The
worry.
boss is there.
He'll come around.
I know that
and I've
much.
trained before him. I'm sure he will prove himself quite handy to have in my pocket. Either he's smart enough to see this is for the best, or dim enough to do as he's told.
I say he'd be more useful.
Bloody hell. This fucking guy.
¡Hala! Todo el conjunto, venga, racatá. Las putas, el hermanito, el demonio. Sí, señor. ¡Qué pinta tiene!
I was wondering when you'd turn
Y
up.
el ojo, madre mía.
I'm sorry, sir. He wouldn't let
It's all
me.
right, Tim. I shouldn't have expected the sheriff to give you respect enough to do your job. But you did fine. You can go now. You see, everyone in Fabletown has a role to fill. You just have to pay attention to what they need to help them find it.
Joder.
Why don't you have a seat, Sheriff? We have a great deal to discuss.
All right, you got me here. Let's talk.
Vamos a hablar. Porque luego no sé qué sucederá. Yo...
I've heard stories
En fin.
about you. In the old days, how you picked off those men one by one. Oh, how they screamed. The wolf is coming. And they would wait, hiding anywhere they could squeeze their pathetic, shivering corpses. Some would just drop to their knees where they stood, close their eyes, and wait for death. And you'd give it to them. I wish I could have seen it. Oh well.
Me cago en la puñetera esa. Vale, eso es lo que va a venir. De momento, y vamos a hablar. Así que, decisiones del jugador. Mandaste a Colin a la granja. Tú y el 85% de jugadores no lo hicisteis. Vale. Intentasteis quitar el lazo de Nerissa. Tú y el 63,8% de jugadores no intentasteis quitarle el lazo. Claro, porque había la opción de directamente quitárselo. Vale. ¿Qué investigación hiciste primero? Tú y el 36,8% de jugadores fuisteis primero al Lucky Pound. Vale. Vale. Mandaste a Toad a la granja. Tú y el 73,3% de jugadores decidisteis no mandar a Toad a la granja. Ya he dicho el porqué. Por el hijo, más que nada. Que me cae el TJ, me cae bastante majete. Pero el padre es un hijo puta que no lo aguanto, de verdad. Es muy coñero, muy... O sea, no lo aguanto mucho. Vale. ¿Qué le respondiste al hombre torcido? Joder, a estas alturas siempre estoy bostezando, coño. Tú y el 41,8, solo el 41,8 de jugadores aceptasteis hablar con él primero. Vamos a ser un poco, como dijo Blancanieves, un poquito más así, no tan a lo bestia. Total, vamos a tener que darle mandanga a todos, así que no problem. Pues nada, aquí el final del episodio 4, así que solo nos queda el episodio 5, el episodio final. Así que espero que os haya gustado el vídeo, nos vemos en el siguiente y besitos.